Welcome to Movie Recaps with Brian. Subscribe below for daily recaps. Today we're recapping The Naked Gun, directed by Akiva Schaffer. Lieutenant Frank Drebin Jr., actor Liam Neeson, of the LAPD police squad makes his first entrance disguised as a schoolgirl, wielding a lollipop and pigtailed wig, and single-handedly dismantles a gang of bank robbers through a series of slapstick accidents involving the lollipop, peekaboo, a game of patty cake, and an obvious dummy shield. The robbers are apprehended, but Drebin fails to notice the real crime. A group of criminals breaking into a nearby bank vault to steal a mysterious gadget known as the PLOT device. At headquarters, Police Chief Davis, actor C.C.H. Pounder, scolds Drebin for his reckless brand of justice, pointing out that the city has paid millions in damages since his last case. Davis begrudgingly reassigns him to light duty, which in police squad means chasing jaywalkers with a battering ram. Demoralized, Drebin visits his father's grave. In a solemn moment, he asks the late Frank Drebin Sr. to send him a sign of approval, specifically an owl. A sign to investigate the car crash of Simon Davenport, a software engineer, with the help of fellow detective Ed Hawken Jr., actor Paul Walter Hauser. However, he notices an odd detail: a matchbook at the scene. Simon's sister, Beth Davenport, actor Pamela Anderson, a crime novelist, insists it was murder, but Drebin dismisses her as too genre-aware. Still, sparks of chemistry ignite when Beth criticizes his police work with cutting precision, exactly like his ex-wife used to. At a tech expo, Drebin meets Richard Kane, actor Danny Houston, Simon's employer and billionaire CEO of Eden Tech. They bond over their guilty pleasure love of the black-eyed peas. "I got a feeling is about constipation," Drebin muses. Kane, smiling politely, invites Drebin to his private nightclub. Drebin later realizes the matchbook from Simon's crash bears the same logo as the club. Kane donates a self-driving electric car to police squad as a PR stunt, but when Drebin attempts to test drive it, not realizing that it's still plugged in, he ripped the chargers from their housings and ultimately tears a hole in the side of the police precinct, which allows dozens of inmates to escape and go free. Meanwhile, Kane reveals to his fellow billionaires that he plans to weaponize the stolen PLOT device, primordial law of toughness, to regress humanity into violent cavemen while the elite shelter underground. Society will collapse, but avocado toast will finally be affordable again, Kane boasts. At Kane's club, Beth distracts Kane by taking the stage and unleashing a horrific freestyle scat performance, sending patrons screaming into the night. While this chaos unfolds, Drebin brawls through waves of goons using bar stools, disco balls, and a saxophone. He retrieves security footage showing Simon meeting with an investigative journalist. Chief Davis suspends Drebin for insubordination, but Beth comforts him. They share intimate moments as Drebin admits he still grieves his late wife, and their bond culminates in a romantic alpine getaway. Their passion turns bizarre when they engage in a threesome with a magical living snowman named Frosty Joe. Unfortunately, Frosty grows jealous, turns murderous, and must be melted in the fireplace. Drebin vows to never again mix snow with human fluids. The journalist who met with Simon is soon found dead, and Drebin is tricked into signing a fake confession written in invisible ink that only appears under blacklight. Branded a fugitive, he flees in the self-driving car, only for Kane to remotely seize control. Drebin narrowly escapes death thanks to Clippy, the Microsoft Office assistant, who randomly appears on the dashboard and cheerfully unlocks the doors. Back at headquarters, Police Squad is officially decommissioned due to lack of funding. Its budget is diverted to a citywide TikTok influencer program. Drebin begins to suspect Beth may be using him, after realizing her latest book's villain shares his haircut and dental plan. Hurt, he storms out. Determined to stop Kane alone, Drebin captures Kane's hulking henchman Gustafson, actor Kevin Durand, and terrifies him into spilling the truth by dramatically rearranging his IKEA furniture. Gustafson reveals Kane's plan to activate the PLOT device during the televised New Year's Eve MMA Championship at PonziScheme.com arena. At the event, Drebin sneaks in wearing an oversized luchador mask. He dons an earpiece that blocks the PLOT device's signal, though it constantly plays smooth jazz. Beth, however, plans to assassinate Kane herself, but Kane smugly reveals he predicted her every move by reading her latest book's draft on Kindle Unlimited. As the countdown begins, Drebin discovers the PLOT device hidden inside the giant dropping New Year's balls. In a slapstick sequence, he loses his pants, flashing the horrified audience just as he orders them to evacuate. No one listens. The device activates, unleashing primal chaos. Audience members smash chairs, fighters punch referees, and concession workers duel with hot dogs. Drebin battles through the mob by ricocheting gun magazines like ninja stars, but Kane escapes. Suddenly, Drebin's prayer is answered. His father's spirit appears in the form of an owl, swooping in to airlift him after blinding Kane with owl droppings. Drebin floors Kane with a single comedic gut punch, ending his reign of terror. Beth nearly executes Kane in revenge for Simon, but Drebin convinces her to let justice prevail. Together, they reverse the PLOT device, calming the crowd into hugging and slow dancing. Kane is hauled off, ranting about how he'll IPO in prison. In the aftermath, Drebin is summoned for investigation by Internal Affairs, which turns out to be the name of a tropical resort. He and Beth share a hammock, sipping cocktails as Drebin muses. Sometimes justice means knowing when to take off the badge and the pants. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below to watch more movie recaps with Brian. Watch the full movie on your streaming sites and comment below which movie you'd like to see recapped next.